And we're live. Creating a poem for the beginning of the show. Trevor working his magic.
Or is
voice
he?
Commentator.
Here he is. Look, he's furrowing his brow.
He's furrowing his brow. He's coming up with adjectives. Oh, off to the verb. The verb is going down.
The noun comes out nowhere. Oh my god!
Look at that contraction, folks. Oh my god.
No, we didn't do our 1, 2, 3 though. So even better.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, we could do it live.
Yeah, we'll be doing this one live too. All right, you're recording locally.
Yeah, just in case. Yep.
All right. Record. Okay, ready for onesie twosie?
Yep.
All right, there we go. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8.
Giving everybody the inside look at how these podcasts are made.
Look, yeah.
All right, we're doing poems.
Fish. Oh, you're showing people.
Yeah, doing it right the phone.
Dangerous. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Gee, so we had so much pressure now.
I know, because over their shoulder, like painting.
Let's see.
Art together.
Deck. See, there's a good thing is like a skateboard deck and like the Steam Deck.
That is
true. You can't run deck with deck.
Yes, absolutely you can. Just how you say it. It's like
neck, sec, deck. Neck, deck.
Probably like a skateboarding trick you could prime in there.
Both dads with a deck. Let's see. When trash and rails, the other a deck heck. Kind of like sickness.
Oh,
so he's like hecking or decking or
hecking.
Oh, it feels like heck. There we go. Dad's playing. There we go. See, it's coming all together. Dad's playing games, both dads with a deck. One's thrashing rails, and the other feels like heck.
He's on a roll, folks. Look at him go.
Let's see. What are the other things to talk about?
Conjugate those verbs.
Let's see. So last one's let's switch to be the final sentence. To me. Now Pikachu rhymes with 2.
Hey, there you go. Perfect.
Be the last. I think we got it. I think that came together. So dad's playing games, both dads with a deck. One thrashing rails as the other feels like heck. A new Pokemon game has folks chasing Pikachu. Could it be the last straw making Jeff buy a Switch too? That's there it is.
Look at that genius.
Look at all these like emails next week of like, don't ever do that again. That's the worst television I've ever watched. I want my money back. I didn't even pay for this.
We're already getting chats here. See, this is, again, a user we know on our socials that we egg each other on about buying Switch 2s and Pokopia.
Yeah, I had a quick hello in the chat there. So we'll just say, you fall before me. Quick hello there before we go. See you going on to Lurk. So thanks for participating. All right, let's get everything else rolling because I don't know if I should show the poem live. See that I'm reading off a prompt. Unprofessional. Let's hit it because we are live. Dads playing games, both dads with a deck, one thrashing rails as the other feels like heck. A new Pokemon game has folks chasing Pikachu. Could it be the last straw to make Jeff buy a Switch too? Welcome to New Dad Gaming. The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have no kids asleep because they're on March break, but they're 15 and 12 and a half.
Will we have we have not had an interruption, a kid
In
interruption
years.
for like 5+ years, I think, at
Yeah,
this point.
it's
been
good.
and I'm in a danger zone. I can see both doors where my
Yeah.
kids are asleep. It's like any minute. It's
Uh-huh.
like this could be it, man. This is like
This could be it. I'm on the main floor today, so usually I'm like hidden away in the basement at the end of the house. This is main level. This is anything can happen.
We're being fast and loose here. This is going to be fantastic. But each week on this show, we try to show you that just because you became a dad
does not mean it's game over.
Jeff, I am so glad you're alive.
Thank you.
Like the absolute edge of death from everything that I've understood. So the entire house was taken by a recent plague. Like, what are we looking at?
Yeah, the kids just decided to bring home, general illness. So
Everything.
that made its rounds. And of course, it doesn't hit everybody at once. It hits one kid and then kind of dominoes from there. So I got it for the last few days and unfortunately had to delay this show where I'm back. But my wife is upstairs with it and my other kid is coming off the remnants of it. So I am surviving. Thank you for the wellness check.
Oh, that's fantastic. But I mean, what a perfect time to have the Steam Deck.
Yes.
I mean, so again, like, I'm so overjoyed by the number of times like you've come on and said, hey, here's this situation I'm on, and here's how the Steam Deck is helping a game and dad get through. Like, so what was it like? How was it your savior this week?
So again, much like you said, I will sing the praises of Steam Deck, not only because you can play whatever PC game that you have in your on your couch, where I am on the couch under blankets trying to hydrate. I don't really want to move. I'm just sick. I don't want to touch things and I isolate, right? Mm-hmm. So the Steam Deck very much allows me to just do whatever I want with the Steam library, right? Have some fun, play some games for however long I want. But also I can stream into the PS5, which I have found as just a super bonus to this. Like, I love the idea of even PlayStation's accessory of the PS Portal. But I always found that the Steam Deck works just fine to mirror the PlayStation 5. So I have been wandering through the forests in Kingdom Come Deliverance while I'm sick on the couch, not getting any sunlight, not getting any fresh air, but experiencing that virtually.
Just so can't be outside, but I'll just go into this kingdom, go around the forest, get to experience all of the animals, all the adventures while I can't do it. That's absolutely fabulous. So I don't know. Have you ever bought a system that, and the problem is there's going to be a bit of recency bias. We have to admit that. But have you ever purchased and enjoyed a system that just fit into your life this beautifully?
Not really. Like, I think any other system I've kind of experienced, like, again, the PS2 was a big one just with the DVD player. I'm trying to think back to, what kind of gave me all these bonuses to my life phase, right? And I will say the Steam Deck is like probably the top one. Again, I use it all the time and I don't dock it. So it has the ability to dock. I just always use handheld. And I think that's just the phase of life I am in, is I want something portable that I can tweak to even just the battery consumption, right? So if there's a game that's pretty intense, I can tweak it so it can come down a little bit. I can get an extra hour out of it. And it's easy enough to maneuver. It's not too big. It doesn't have a hefty power, pack with it. But I can't think of anything else that's really hit. Like maybe the Game Boy at one point, because it was so like different.
Yeah, for me, I think it'd probably be the SP. This is because again, like the clamshell, like I just had that.
You love it.
But any listeners to the show know that SP is just my jam. But something about the clamshell, it fit into the backpack. I was taking a lot of buses at that like very specific moment. So
Yes.
it just was absolutely perfect. I adored that unit. I would be curious. So like right now, I'm telling you, as far as this entire trip, for new listeners of the show, family and I are spending the winter away from Canada down in Colombia. I don't know that a week goes by that I don't think to myself, a Steam Deck would have been really perfect right about now.
Just saying, like I tried to sell it on you. You were there. You were close. But yeah, I agree with you. I think even when I think of the PSP, I think the PSP was highly ignored, not only by Sony but just general public. I think it was ahead of its time for a little bit, because that's all this is just a really nice screen, a nice system that just works. You can tweak it if you want. The PSP was locked down a little bit, and those mini discs were horrible. But other than that, like the form factor of that, like the Game Gear-esque form factor, just kind of prefaced the Switch and now the Steam Deck, and now we're hearing rumors of Xbox and PlayStation developing more of this stuff. So
yeah, they kind of it lit the world on fire, and I'm here for it. Like it's such a fantastic future. I'm so excited to see what all the companies come back with. I mean, hell, even the PlayStation Portal,
yeah,
like kind of taking on new life and getting new features, because they sort of saw the way the market was going, and it's like, oh, we can't have this as a dumb screen anymore. We got to make this a bit better.
yeah.
So, absolutely love it. So, hey, Gaming Dads, are you on the Steam Deck bandwagon? Do you recommend I buy one? We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to put together an argument for it. Reach out to us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. Now, that might not be the only mobile gaming situation you have, because
Right.
it seems as though the latest hotness, that is Pokemon Pokopia, which I'm only tangentially understanding what it is. Like, it kind of to me looked like, what's the cozy sim with the violent raccoon, the mob boss,
Oh,
raccoon.
Animal Crossing. I get you.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, you own bells. You got to pay up.
Yeah. Sorry, because it basically looked like if Animal Crossing and Pokemon got together. That's kind of the gist that I have.
Yeah.
So like if you would, like, so what is it, and why is it that like your whole family is desiring to get into it? So you're trying to get on the Switch 2 bandwagon, or like what's the situation you're seeing here?
Honestly, this game, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like crystallized joy, because I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan. But this thing just looks like, again, it's kind of a Pokemon cross with Minecraft, right? So it brings you into this environment. You have to find all the Pokemon. All the humans, I guess, are dead. It's a very doomsday scenario. So you have to go around, and you've assumed, I guess, as Ditto, your master, right? So you're the only human, quote unquote human, and you have to go around and find all the other Pokemon. And
But hold on, like that is dark as hell, right?
yeah,
Just like,
yeah,
to be
it
clear,
is.
like this is like, all right, that's a hell of a wild turn, but okay, sorry, keep going.
But yeah, that's probably not where the joy comes in, is the post-apocalyptic land that this game thrusts you in. But it's the Minecraft aspect of it. So everything's destructible, buildable. You go around, you get objects, you decorate, you make little homes for your Pokemon, you give them the biomes that they need. They have little, speak. You can understand them because you yourself are a Pokemon, so they don't just speak their names, they're speaking sentences, which are hilarious. Just some of the personalities they give these little Pokemon running around. So I saw this, I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, this game is huge. It's massive. I really hope it goes to Switch 1. Of course it's not, because they realize this,
this is
regardless
a
of tech. Yeah, it's going to be a system seller. Like, let's just keep it here. So I was all for it. I got my youngest in on it, and my youngest is all like Pokemon crazy, so they're ready to go. And I'm going around trying to convince the family, as well as our listeners and the followers on social, that this is a thing to get, right? Like, well, I should totally invest in
right,
this
everybody.
system.
What do you want to Switch 2s? You love it, right? It's the best thing ever. Like it saved your marriage, and like your kids are now straight A students.
Like everything.
Great.
It gives you the joy every day, like, right? Like, I should get this for me, right?
And my kids. I mean, my kids.
Yeah, no, totally, and the kids. Which again, I was very much the portableness of Steam Deck and Switch 2. I'm like, oh, okay, this could work. But then I was also worried, like, if I do get it, like, let's say, Trevor, I go out and I buy this thing
Mhm.
and I buy Pokopia and I have that all ready to go, but my youngest wants to play it, like, and will play it
Mhm.
to the death of it. Little did I find out is that you can use your old Switch 1 to fire Switch 2 games too. I'm like, wait, wait, you can
Pardon?
have like a double, you can have like a clone system to
Like, does it
play.
as in a little bit like your Steam Deck where you're streaming the PS5? Are you saying that like a Switch 1 can receive a stream from a Switch 2?
It kind of it works like a, I guess, their game share mechanic. I think that's how I
Okay.
understand it. Feel free, anybody in the chat, to correct me, but it can share the game to
Mhm.
the Switch 1 so that the Switch 2 is powering it and the Switch 1 does whatever. I guess it's just mirroring the screen, but you can play co-op games that way. So one person can join you in your game on the Switch 2
Oh.
from their Switch 1. I don't know if you could just have your Switch 1 by your bed and all of a sudden boot up Switch 2, because that would be cool. And again,
That would be
is
pretty
just a
dope.
pro column for something I would look at. But as far as I understand it, that's pretty cool. And I did not, maybe that was widely known. I did not know about that, but I think that should be advertised more because that is really cool for families, right? Gaming dads and people that may want to do
Ah.
co-op stuff.
Okay, so I did one of our favorite parts of the show, Trevor Google something.
Yay!
It's like, and the question was, can you share Pokemon Pokopia from Switch 2 to Switch 1? And I just put in the word mirror because I kind of wanted to capture that space of like how it works. And straight up it says, yes, you can share Pokemon Pokopia from Switch 2 to a Switch 1, but it's limited to local co-op, spectator mode. Okay. The Switch 2 owner acts as a host, sharing the game to Switch 1 console using the GameShare app, allowing the Switch 1 user to explore in a restricted way. Huh.
Interesting.
Yes, I'm still a little confused. So it seems like there's potential there.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly as.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to be like a ghost that wanders through the world, but if there's like multiplayer games that you could participate in,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So for the listener's sake, we are streaming a video here. It is a person with lovely looking hands using a Switch
mean-
2. Okay, so now he has picked up his Switch, his original Switch. We're discovering this all together, guys. This is like This is late breaking news. Okay, so join Game Share on the Switch 1. Pokopia has shown up. He has hit join Game Share. Okay, hold on. Okay, the individual is on a Switch 1. His Switch 2 is in the background, having accepted it, and he is walking around.
See, that's cool. That's cool.
That is pretty dope. So I think I'm trying to look back at the original Switch 2. And what I'm curious, as best that I can tell, when he first started, there seemed to be two people.
Yeah. Well, there's another person there on screen. I don't know if the Switch 2 has to be kind of like dead in the water.
So it kind of seems like it's that co-op. So that's not bad. Like that's all right.
This is part of the reason I don't do these shows this often, because we sell each other on hardware that will
What else can you stream? You could basically all the joy, of the joy, Jeff, that you have in streaming your PlayStation to your Steam Deck. You can now have streaming your new Switch 2 to your old Switch 1. How fabulous! Like win, win, win.
Win, win, win. Yeah, exactly that. It's win, win, win. I'm just telling you. Yeah.
It's going to bring you and your kids back together. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. No, it works.
So I didn't know. So jokes aside, do you think this would take over your house? As best that I've seen, like people are really going hog wild for this, much almost akin to, although you tell me if you think it's accurate comparison to the raccoon extortion game. I keep forgetting the name, and that's the only one.
Animal Crossing. Yeah, no, I get you.
Thank you. Animal Crossing came out. It took over the world. That was a wild time. Do you think this has that kind of legs, or is it just going to be pretty big?
I think it absolutely has the legs. Maybe not in the same way, because Animal Crossing, that was right at the start of COVID, and people just wanted something to tide them over, so they were in like a vacuum, right? This thing has already sold, I think, 3 million in 4 days, which is like equal to the most, I want to say, the most selling Switch 2 game right now, but outside of Mario Kart World. But it's already like climbing the ranks, and there's just no physical copies anymore. So like it's sold out that way. I think it's just that joy. It's just that vacuum of joy in this product that is absolutely huge. Like people just thought it would be like a one tiny map, almost like remember Zelda, the Link's Awakening, kind of like the isometric redo of the Game Boy game, like kind of like that. Like, oh yeah, it's like 16 screens big, but it's not really big. No, this thing is massive and it has all the Pokemon in it, and you have to discover them and build. Like you can build and alter water, lava, all the liquids, and just like have a creative canvas, right? So I think this will, for those people that loved Animal Crossing, will just buy this. Like they're just waiting for more, right? And I think this really taps on that, regardless if you like Pokemon. Again, I'm not like Pokemon crazy, but this thing is just, it looks so cute and just fun. And you can't die in it. You just go have fun, and you don't owe any bells. There's no debt, as far as I know. There's just humans that don't exist, which might be fine for a while.
Yeah, that's not such a bad thing.
Yeah.
We almost have to check in. I think it's going to be really curious to see this, like week over week, around. Like next week, is it like still big? And then in a month from now, is it still big? Like, where does this go exactly?
Yeah.
So it's going to be, fascinating. And more than anything for me, as far as like my own personal vested interest, it's going to be fascinating to see if this is what causes you to break and finally buy the Switch 2.
I'm surprised your kids aren't on you about this. Like, do they know about this?
I don't think they know it exists.
Okay. All right, well, hopefully that holds out.
If they get some sort of random like YouTube ad, like now that all the devices in my house have heard me say it, like we'll see what's up. So
yeah, let me know. You might be the first to crack. I don't know. And then you'll tell me. You'd be like, listen, you should get it. So.
Gaming dads, do you want to push Jeff over the edge, get him to buy a Switch 2? Are you in Pokemon Pokopia, or your kids? How are they enjoying it? Let us know at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. So let's instead go way back. That's enough of the future. Let's get into the past. So I had a fantastic experience with my kid recently, and I was like really curious if you had something similar. And I think a lot of other gaming dads could relate. So it's one of those things with Xbox Game Pass where the kids will eventually kind of get bored and just want to see what else is out there.
Yeah.
And they go through. And for some reason, my youngest decided to look at Skate 3. Looks at Skate 3 and it's just like, hey, Dad, I'm going to try this. It's like, man, absolutely. I've tossed so many hours into this. Like, let's go. Like, I love this game. I would love to have this on the Xbox. So he's playing and he's trying to get more, skins. Like, as kids now, obviously it's all about the skins or whatever else is on there. So to do so, you need to beat challenges. So he's going and he's trying these challenges. Like, oh, hey, Dad, have you ever beat this challenge? Can you try? And it is not like I'm talking like, I don't want to say 100 hours, like maybe probably 100 hours. Like I've been in Skate for a while.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can give it a shot, son. Let me see what's up. And I pick it up, man. I'm not like double kick flip, like dark slide, like backflip, like 920. It's like, oh, here you go, buddy.
Yeah.
There's a 6,000 points you needed. See ya. Just like walk out of the room. Just like, oh, it's so great. He couldn't believe it. I was so thrilled. I got and the best part too is like it's one of the first times where it's a muscle memory. I think anybody gaming dad, I think, listen to this, at least a vast majority has played Tony Hawk.
Yes.
And if you ever pick up Tony Hawk again, your thumbs know what's up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you do not forget that because like it ground into us so much.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit with this situation, and it was just awesome to see the look on his face as I ripped through the challenge he couldn't beat. Have you had something similar with the kid asking you like, oh, could you help me with this? And it's like, you crack your knuckles, like, let me show you.
Let me get in there.
Let me show you, kid, how this is done.
Yeah, I've had a couple of experiences, but like the one that really like stands out to me would be again, my youngest was trying Super Metroid on the SNES Mini or the Classic, whatever we had. They were going through all the old games there, and of course, like when they get stuck on like one part where they don't know where to go, or they don't know how to make a certain jump that is almost like pixel perfect to get it to work, old dad steps in there and be like, "Listen, not a problem, right? Like, I know exactly where everything is. I know exactly how to get to that spot. Like, freeze this enemy, jump over here. We're good. Like, you don't even need to look at me. Like, don't worry about it, right? It's the same thing with like Mario 64. Like, oh, how do I get past this? Look, like Mario can do this flip. What? They never tell you that.
I have to imagine for you, like your Mario Kart skills are fairly high level. Like I don't know if they'd ever like I don't know if your kids have kind of caught up to you now, or but I'm trying to imagine some of their first times. Like, oh, Dad, are you any good at this? And you're like, oh, I've known to cart a few Marios in my day, and just massacre them. Like,
yeah.
Was that the same one? Was Mario Kart one of those for you?
Mario Kart, I think I may have traumatized them because of how good I was at it, because they don't want to play it. Like, that's the one game they don't like, and maybe because Dad knows all the shortcuts and can win no problem, unless Dad puts on like a 10-second head start or something. But I can come back from pretty much anything. And GoldenEye, we played GoldenEye and Quake. We did multiplayer Quake. Not even a problem, man.
GoldenEye, that's mean. That is,
yeah, it really is.
That feels particularly dark sometimes.
I gave them the golden gun. I gave them, didn't matter.
You couldn't save them. They were never going to be good enough.
Never going to be good enough. Yeah. So I've had all those kind of experiences. It's great. I'm wondering with you, like, are you going to step back in and be like, hey, look, how you doing with that game? Do you need Dad's help, or maybe finish it for them and be like, hey, look at all the costumes I got for you.
Especially the problem with my youngest is that he has such a tenacity. Is that because like he'll just keep going with the challenges and like go, like try. So his trajectory is pretty steep, and I get the feeling he will surpass me pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to keep it. If anything, based on that, I should probably try to dip in a few more times, get a few more moments of shine.
Yes.
Before kind of like setting off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Being a champion. So that's not a bad. I should make a point to be doing a little bit of extra Skate 3 to see if I can still impress him while I can.
Well, you kind of want to leave it to like maybe he invites over some friends and they're all struggling with it, and you're like, hold on, everybody, and you just clear the room. You're like, and maybe it's a birthday party or something. You come in, you're like, listen, I got this.
1080, let's go.
Oh my god.
What? Oh, he's doing the Christ here. Oh my god.
His dad's amazing.
This is the coolest dad ever. Don't you forget it. And then you peak. And then it's just all downhill.
No, you just live with that for a while.
You get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hey, gaming dads, have you ever done something similar? Have you stepped into a kid game to show them your old school skills? We'd love to hear about it at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. So we'll wrap it up here, but I did want to call something out. And I don't want to make too much of it for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't necessarily like the language around it. And the way social media goes, you sort of like one thing, it becomes a fire hose of this is the only thing you're going to see now for like the better part of a week.
Yeah.
But there are two trends that started to come across my feeds, and it was very heartwarming. And I think in many ways it kind of captures a little bit of what we're trying to do here, and like the dads that we talk to. Like one of the greatest parts, as Jeff and I say towards the end of the show, is like talking to other dads, gaming dads, and like sharing stories, swapping horrors and everything else in between. So we know that there are great dads out there doing some really great work and trying to, step things up. And the trend that I started to see was this. And again, this is where I don't like necessarily like the language, but we'll take the higher road on all of it. It's women posting these videos of, well, I didn't marry a loser.
Mm.
And it starts like in the classic fashion of, oh, you're going on a business trip. That's amazing. Like, who's taking care of the kids? And they're like, the father, my husband. It's like, oh my God, how'd you get him to babysit? And they'll just like dead eye in the camera to like, well, Karen, I didn't marry a loser.
Yeah.
He's the father. He's the father. He knows what to do. It's fine. And there's so many like permutations of it. Like it's like, hey, we're going out to brunch with my friends. Like, oh wow, how did you possibly get rid of the kids? It's like the dad took care of them. Oh, how'd you manage that? He's not a loser. It's like,
Yeah.
of course he could take care of them. And it's that there's just something about that turn. Here it is. Like we grew up on, Al Bundy and Derek Winslow. I'm trying to think of like other the dads, but like the dads were just like King of Queens. Like the dads are just utter buffoons. It's like, oh, we need to do a sitcom. Well, the dad's going to be an idiot, of course. And that was always the stereotype. Like dads can't find anything. Dads don't know how to change a diaper. Dads don't right? We're just like, you were we're just like on the ground getting kicked constantly about it. And so to now see this take off in some sort of trend where it's just like, yeah, like my husband's a great dad and he's very competent. He's able to take care of him. Like, what's your problem? It's like, it's that, of course. It's like, he's the dad. He knows what to do. Of course. Which just means that there's this baseline of dads have sort of arrived. It's just this new wave of dads are just present, competent. There's a lot of effort, and it's just heartwarming. It was just something nice to see amongst the sea of awful social media sometimes that you'll get.
Yeah, I'm glad that we've kind of, well, I pride ourselves on, being part of that generation that's flipping it, right? Because I don't know about your like personal upbringing, but like my dad was like, he would work all the way until like my bedtime. So like I would barely see him, and that's his life was work, and that's what he thought he'd have to do is provide for the family, right? Because that's what he was doing. And like he would sometimes participate in things on the weekend and whatever, but he would absolutely be that part. Like, oh, is he taking care of, is he babysitting the kids? Like, no, those are his kids, right? So I'm glad we've learned from kind of that mistake, I guess, and actually like stepped up to the plate and become partners in the relationship versus just like, oh, all the family kind of soft stuff is over to you and I do the job and money and blah blah blah, right? Like I'm glad that it's different and that we're learning and that people are, getting better, especially dads, and we're there.
Cool.
So
that's it. And it's just like what Jeff and I can attest to is like the dads we talk to in this show, like when they write in or talking on our various like channels, especially with like email, like you just get this awesome sense. It's like, oh, like I love when my kid does this, and I was taking him to sports, and then we built this like pinball machine together, and then we played this game, and it's like, yeah, man, like yeah, go dads, go. This is awesome.
Being present.
Yeah, and that's like that. It reminded me that one of the other ones I've seen is like studies show that millennial dads are spending 3 times more quality time with their kids than previous generations. So
I can attest to it. I got sick because I spend so much time. Like just from proximity.
Some may say you spend too much time. To the point of causing yourself terrible illness.
Yeah, but I think that's a good sign. I think things are going in the right direction. So
yeah, just want to sometimes the world could be a bit dark, and hey, like there's a little bit of good news. I think dads out there are doing an awesome job, and like I said, with our audience, we know you guys are right along board with us. So happy to have you. Happy that you're doing a great job, and happy you listened to the end of the show because we are going to wrap it up here for the week. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you like the show, you can find us on all the major podcast networks. Find us on Google, Caster, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere where you get your podcast. Just search for New Dad Gaming. If you do find us there, what really helps with the show, and Jeff and I would be eternally grateful, is if you can share it with another gaming dad. If you can post it out to social, if you can subscribe to the show, if you can leave a rating, if you can leave a comment. Any of those things, totally free and just really helps out the show as Jeff and I try to have a banner year. We've had him and I are incredibly humbled with the amount of growth we've had in the last little while and just excited to have some more gaming dads join the fold. So reach out to us. So do that on the podcast networks, and otherwise reach out to us on our channels at New Dad Gaming and through our website, newdadgaming.com. Would love to hear your stories and even happy to put one on the air here if something you're willing to share. Everybody, thank you so much once again for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. And until next time, my name is Trevor, and I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 15-year-old, a 12-and-a-half-year-old, and no Switch 2 yet, but we'll see what happens.
It's so close. It's just on the, it's like peeking around the corner. Like I just half imagine it to like show up like behind the cushions. And just
I'm
like,
like, hey, wait a
hey,
minute.
hey, buddy.
Hey, your birthday's coming up. Like, no, nowhere close, but like,
Yeah, it's like it's within a year.
sure,
It counts.
that's right.
Remember, everybody, just because you became a dad
Does not mean it's game over.
fantastic. All right, so we will, for those joining us live, at Alex Smith. Thanks for the comments here and there. For the podcast recording, don't tend to do shout outs in mid show, but definitely appreciate all the comments as we were recording. And you fall before me if you're still online with us here. Thanks a lot for hanging out. That's really awesome. So we're going to be trying something different where we want to record, get a bit more content onto the channel, trying to reach out to a few more folks. So get from questions received from the audience or from just things that we come across, we're going to try to create a new piece called New Dad Gaming Questions. And from there, we'll just kind of talk about like an article or like a question that somebody sent in, or just like general hubbub discussion that's happening across the web. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. And it's time for New Dad Gaming Questions. This week, a listener has sent in an article that actually, coincidentally, really fell in line with our no year of new games last year. And it's all about that dreaded backlog. So specifically, the article as sent to us, it's found on twoaveragegamers.com. It says, what 10,000 Reddit comments reveal about the adult gaming backlog. So how much does that immediately just punch in the stomach based on what we've gone through?
Well, I was thinking like 10,000 comments or 10,000 games in the backlog.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is the interesting part. So what this study or kind of like article sought to do is it went out to Reddit, looked through all these comments, over 10,000 of them, and tried to accumulate like what's the general feeling around the backlog. What is your backlog? Like what is the situation with adult gamers who continue to accrue games but don't play any, which happens to sound like Jeff, I, and many others in our audience. So the headline from the article: the median adult gamer sits on roughly 100 to 150 unplayed games. Is that high or low for you?
That's pretty high, actually.
Yes.
I want to say, at least I'm trying to be honest here.
I think I'm probably 60 to 80. If I think about GOG, all the Humble Bundles, I think about my Steam, I think about PlayStation Library. Like I can probably...
Like, you haven't touched it.
Yeah, I think I could be 60 to 80 unplayed.
Okay, all right.
I'd have to it might be a point for us to go to our Steams afterwards. But the median adult, which the best part is that means that some have like 500. The median adult gamer sits on roughly 100 to 150 unplayed games, spends 8 to 10 hours per week actually playing. That must be nice. And feels genuinely guilty. It feels genuinely guilty about the gap between the two. There's a core finding from an extensive analysis of community discussions in a whole bunch of subreddits and other places such as Steam communities, spanning hundreds of threads and thousands of individual comments from 2023 to 2026. The data reveals a community trapped in a paradox. Adults who can finally afford all the games they want, but lack the time to play them. Welcome to New Dad Gaming.
Oh my God, yes.
Generating an emotional cycle of acquisition, guilt, attempted reform, and relapse that repeats annually like clockwork. This isn't a niche concern. It's the defining tension of adult gaming life, affecting how people buy, play, and feel about an industry now worth over $180 billion. So do you feel seen or what?
Yeah, as you were talking there, I, again, was active listening, so don't worry. I was going through my Steam library and sorted through playtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the never column is quite large if I... Now, and like, to be fair, like some of them is like, I have played them, but maybe not on this account. But yeah, no, there's quite a bit there. Probably 40 unplayed, no problem. Like never touched it.
That's amazing. So the median unplayed games, 124... $19 billion. $19 billion spent on unplayed games.
It's a little bit of money there.
Just this huge wad of cash that us adult gamers are like going to play, or like are just purchasing for things that we never touch.
Yeah.
So 8 to 10 hours per week is what people most report being able to play. 60 to 75% of people are guilty. Of those adults who have the games, they feel guilty for having and not playing.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that too. Right.
I think, like, if you think about, for people new to our channel, Jeff and I last year, 2025, undertook the challenge of no new games
Yeah.
for all of 2025. So we tried to just take that chunk out of the gaming backlog. And if anything, it's not as though I think you and I started because it was interesting more than like I feel so guilty I can't sleep at night type of
Right.
nonsense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like there is that little sense of like, if we just go 1 year without purchasing anything new, maybe that's not a bad thing. Like those are kind of cousins, are they not?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was more of a, a challenge to us that wasn't going to take away from anything necessarily. Like you could obviously, bite the bullet at any moment and give in, but it was a good lesson on just even how to view that backlog, right? I think we talked a lot about FOMO and moving on to the next and newest thing just to be part of that conversation, and that kind of just drew us back a little bit. So I didn't play the 40 games that sit unplayed in my Steam library, but
That's kind of a retirement thing, I think.
yeah.
But now this I feel inadequate. So there, from these 10,000 comments, it was generally ascertained that there are 10 to 15 games completed per year. I'm at like 2, like a
Yeah,
year.
I am very far behind on that. I think maybe 3 to 4, I think, is probably like my top end, to be honest.
Yeah, because then next is like 90% never see the ending of like whatever games. Now here, like this could make us feel a bit better. There were 18,626 new Steam releases in 2024.
Wow.
Near 20,000 new games. Like even if you had no kids and
Yeah.
infinite money and infinite desire and energy, like there would just be no possible way to get this done.
No. And it just shows you how hard it is to release a game in that, right? Like out of 18,000 games, you're releasing into that madness and then hoping people have time to play it.
That's a daunting number. It is. Anybody willing to release a game like that takes a certain amount of courage.
Yeah.
My goodness, what a marketplace.
Yeah. These stats could be used for game development, right? So
yeah, so then I said, if not, it is hilarious. It was just too perfect as far as the impetus of this show, of how on earth do you find enough time to actually play games, enjoy this hobby. I think one of the results of losing so much gaming time because we're dedicated fathers is that like you're going to have these opportunities to purchase games and they just go right on the shelf to collect dust with everything else. But I don't know, it was fascinating to see this research of something being so widespread and see so many like feelings and mixes and like situations similar to ourselves.
yeah, absolutely. And a lot of truths in there where, shame is a big part of it. I hate seeing unplayed games sitting on my digital shelves. So, that like where you're like, oh, if I don't like the game, should I be playing it? Like, do I burn my 8 to 10 hours, hopefully a week in game time on something I don't really like? So
No, that's it. Absolutely not. I'll answer that for you. Like, you don't like the game, drop it like a bad habit.
Yeah, I agree.
There's way too many things to play. There's 18,000, Jeff. We got to get to this year.
Every year, and it's just piling up.
Hey, what are your thoughts, everybody? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave it in the comment below or reach out to us at New Dad Gaming on social or newdadgaming.com. This has been New Dad Gaming Question. All right. Not too shabby for a first pass. All right. Alex Smith asking where he can submit questions. If you want to submit questions, we'd love to have it. Let's see, at our website. This goes for anybody still listening or watching after the fact. newdadgaming.com. Yeah, hope to hear from it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's great.
All right, we'll end this stream there. And thanks so much, everyone, for listening. Cheers, and we'll see you next week.